once knew a girl who, when she was asked how she was doing, she always replied with, "I'm doing much better than I deserve." Now, normally, I can appreciate such self-deprecation, but with her, this little line of hers, it wasn't her way of being sassy or modest or anything like that. Rather, this little packaged one-liner was her way of making a theological statement, a particular kind of religious statement. You see, this girl, she came from a very conservative Christian background, one that taught that all human beings are totally depraved, that all human beings have inherited this thing commonly called original sin. In other words, she came from a tradition that believed that human beings were evil from their birth. And even in those cases where people do encounter God's grace and God's love and are transformed by God's grace and God's love, they still never outgrow this evilness, this sinfulness. It's like the stain is permanent, it lasts, it doesn't go away. And this girl, she would have pointed to the Bible as the justification for all of her beliefs. It seems to me that Peter's words don't jive all that well with this type of worldview, this type of negativity when it comes to the human person, that human beings deserve much worse. It seems Peter's words run contrary to that. And reflecting on how baptism saves us, a better way of saying it would be transforms us, Peter says that it's not about the removal of something vile or wicked from the body, and he uses the example of dirt. Baptism is not like washing dirt away. Rather, it's about instilling in us a clean conscience. So rather than fixing all of the wrong that's in us, baptism actually empowers us to see all that is right with us. It helps us to see the image of God within us. And the transformation is not at all about going from being a totally corrupt and wicked sinner to being a less corrupt and wicked sinner. Transformation, rather, is about seeing that this thing that we call sin has never been a barrier between us and God to begin with. So rather than fixing us, baptism helps us to accept God's acceptance of us. In what way or ways do you need to take Peter's words to heart this day? How might his teaching change your perception of God? How might his teachings impact the way that you view yourself?